AIADMK General Secretary Ms. Jaya announces election commissioners for the 5th and 10th phases of the party's organizational elections. Government faces backlash in Parliament over Mufti Mohammad Saeed's Pakistan comment. And BSNL Employees Association announces two-day nationwide strike, flakes Dayanidhi Maran and A. Raja for the company's loss. The news in detail. The fourth phase of the AIADMK organizational elections are being held as already announced by the AIADMK General Secretary and the People's Chief Ms. Jaya. Meanwhile, the People's Chief today announced a district in charge and election commissioners for the 5th and 10th phase of the organizational elections. Ms. Jaya had already announced that the 14th phase election would be held starting from the 11th of December. Accordingly, 3 phases of elections were over and the 4th phase is being held to elect the office bearers for the AIADMK in various districts. Ms. Jaya has announced a list of election commissioners for the 5th phase of the AIADMK organizational election to be held from 8th to the 12th of March to elect the office bearers for the 10 districts of North Chennai North, North Chennai South, South Chennai North, South Chennai South and Kanchipuram East, Kanchipuram Central, Kanchipuram West, Tiruvallur East, Tiruvallur West and Krishnagiri. Ms. Jaya added that these election commissioners will also conduct the 10th phase of the organizational elections to be held from the 11th till the 13th of April this year. The People's Chief appealed to the party cadres to extend complete cooperation to the regional election officers, district election officers and election commissioners. A day after Mufti Mohammad Saeed was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir at the head of a PDP-BJP government, his remark that Pakistan, the Hurriyat and militants had created a conducive atmosphere for elections in the state rocked both houses of parliament, with opposition parties demanding an explanation from an embarrassed centre. In the Lok Sabha, the opposition stormed out of the House expressing dissatisfaction with the Union Minister Rajnath Singh's response to a Congress-sponsored adjournment motion on the subject. The opposition demanded that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who met Saeed just before the BJP and the PDP struck a final deal to form a government, must reveal the contents of the conversation. Even BJP ally the Shiv Sena joined the opposition in condemning Mohammad Saeed's remarks. Sena MP Sanjay Raut said it was an insult to the army that had ensured that Jammu and Kashmir was still on the Indian map. Meanwhile, Saeed sought to sidestep his controversial remarks as his daughter and PDP MP Mehbooba Mufti admitted there would be teething problems. The All India BSNL Employees Union flaked the former Union Ministers of DMK Dayanidhi Maran and A. Raja for pushing the central government-owned BSNL, which was fetching a lucrative profit, into a deep abyss for their own personal benefit. The union has announced a 2-day strike on the 21st and 22nd of April across the nation, condemning the duo for this Himalayan loss. Dayanidhi Maran and A. Raja, during the tenure as the Union Telecom Ministers, had misused their powers for their personal benefits by causing a loss to the BSNL to the tune of 28,000 crore rupees. The central government-owned BSNL was fetching a profit of 48,000 crore rupees. The loss caused by the former DMK Union Ministers has resulted in a danger of nearly 1 lakh employees losing their jobs, the All India BSNL Employees Union said. Condemning the irregularities of the former union ministers of the DMK and seeking the restructuring of the BSNL, the All India BSNL Employees Union has announced a 2-day nationwide strike on the 21st and 22nd of April. The union said that nearly 2.5 lakh employees will take part in the strike.
This time, some ministers in the telecommunication in the period of Dayanidhi Maran, A. Raja, all BSNL gradually coming down. They took advantage from this organization. Some information has come out. Government must take care for such type of corruptional activities. We have been compelled to go on strike on 21st and 22nd. We have no other alternative. There is no other alternative left.
The union has also urged for stringent action against the 2 former DMK Union Minister Dayanidhi Maran and Raja for causing a mammoth loss to BSNL. The Chief of the People, Ms. Jaya, was hailed and thanked in the meeting of Tiruchi Corporation for the historic victory of AIADMK in the Srirangam election and for introducing the Amma Cement scheme, which helps in realizing the dreams of poor people to own a house. The meeting of the Tiruchi Corporation was chaired by the Mayor A. Jaya. A resolution thanking and hailing the Chief of the People, Ms. Jaya, for AIADMK's historic victory in the recently held Srirangam polls and for the numerous people's welfare schemes including the Amma Drinking Water, Amma Unavagam, Amma Pharmacy and Amma Cement. The second phase of talks on the 12th Pay Commission for the employees of the Tamil Nadu State Transport Corporation ended in an amicable manner. The DMK, unable to bear this, unleashed atrocities and attacked the people, press and the police present at the meeting spot. This brutal attack has been condemned by leaders of various parties. On the 11th of February, petitions were received from 42 trade unions, including the Anna Trade Union, ahead of the talks. Following this, the second phase of the talks on the 12th Pay Commission for the employees of the Tamil Nadu State Transport Corporation was held in Chennai today. The talks were chaired by the Additional Secretary of the Finance Department, Dr. P. Umanath, and Secretary of the Transport Department, Prabhakar Rao. 8 managing directors of the transport corporations and 84 representatives of 42 trade unions participated in the talks. The requests placed on behalf of the trade unions were accepted for consideration. Following the talks, which was conducted in a conducive manner, it was announced that the next round of talks will be held on the 12th of March. The representatives of the trade unions said the talks will surely reach an amicable solution soon.
சுமூகமான சூழ்நிலை பேச்சுவார்த்தை முடிவுற்று நாங்கள் வெளியே வந்ததற்கு பின்னால் திமுகவினுடைய தொழிற்சங்கம் தூமுசா சங்கத்தைச் சேர்ந்த ஒரு 500-600 பேர் அங்கே நின்று கொண்டு கற்களை வீசி ஒரு வன்முறை செயலில் அவர்கள் ஈடுபட்டார்கள். 20-21 பேர்களுக்கு காயம் ஏற்பட்டிருக்கிறது, மண்டை உடைந்திருக்கிறது. சுமூகமான பேச்சுவார்த்தையின் மூலியமாக ஒப்பந்தம் ஏற்பட்டுவிடக் கூடாது, ஏற்பட்டால் அரசியல் ஆதாயம் தேட முடியாது என்கிற இழிவு புத்தியோடு அரசியல் ஆதாயம் தேடுவதற்கு இது போன்ற வன்முறை செயலில் அவர்கள் ஈடுபட்டிருக்கிறார்கள். மாண்புமிகு மக்களுடைய முதல்வர் புரட்சித் தலைவி அம்மாவினுடைய வழியில் நடக்கக்கூடிய தமிழ்நாடு அரசு நிச்சயமாக இந்த 12வது ஊதியக்குழு ஒப்பந்தத்தை சிறப்பாக செய்து தொழிலாளர்களுடைய மனநிறைவு ஏற்படுகிற வகையில் இந்த ஒப்பந்தம் ஏற்படுத்தப்படும்.
Meanwhile, the LPF trade union attached to the political outfit of DMK indulged in stone pelting and unleashed an outrageous atrocity, unable to digest the fact that talks ended in a smooth manner. Several people belonging to Anna Trade Union were injured in the melee, and this has been condemned by people from various parties.
திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழக தொழிற்சங்க பிரதிநிதிகளும் அந்த அமைப்பை சார்ந்த தொழிலாளர்களும் வேண்டுமென்றே திட்டமிட்டு ஒரு கலகத்தை உருவாக்கி அதனால் சட்டம் ஒழுங்கை சீர்குலை செய்து மக்களரங்கத்திலே இந்த அரசுக்கு களங்கம் ஏற்படுத்த வேண்டும் என்ற முனைப்போடு நேற்றைக்கும் அந்த பேச்சுவார்த்தைக்கு ஒரு முட்டுக்கட்டை உருவாக்கியிருக்கிறார்கள். திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம் தொடர்ந்து இப்படி குழம்பிய குட்டையிலே மீன் பிடிக்க வேண்டும் என்ற ஒரு குறுகிய உணர்வோடு எடுக்கிற நடவடிக்கைகளாக இருக்கிறதே தவிர தொழிலாளர்களுடைய நலன் கருதி திமுக இப்படிப்பட்ட அணுகுமுறையை பின்பற்றவில்லை என்பதுதான் உண்மையான தொழிலாளர்கள் பேரில் அக்கறை உள்ளவர்களுடைய குற்றச்சாட்டு. இதுதான் எங்களுடைய குற்றச்சாட்டு.
தமிழகத்திலேயே ஒட்டுமொத்த தொழிலாளர்களையும் நேசிக்கிற ஒரே ஆட்சித்துறை தலைவர் மக்களின் முதல்வர் புரட்சி தலைவர் அம்மா அவர்கள் என்பதை தொழிலாளர்கள் உணர்வார்கள். இந்த தொழிலாளர்களினுடைய நம்பிக்கையை பெற்றிருக்கிற அரசு புரட்சி தலைவர் அம்மாவின் அரசு. திமுகவினுடைய தொழிற்சங்கமாக இருக்கிற தோமுசா அதனுடைய குண்டர்களை ஏவி திட்டமிட்டு நேற்று அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழக தொழிலாளர்கள் மீது அராஜகத்தை வன்முறையை கட்டவிழ்த்து விட்டிருப்பது தமிழ்நாடு கொங்கிளைஞர் பேரவை மிகவும் வன்மையாக கண்டிக்கிறேன்.
After a 7-month hiatus, India and Pakistan today renewed FS-level talks, with Foreign Secretary S. Jaya meeting his counterpart Ayaz Chowdhury after arriving in Islamabad as part of SAARC Yatra. Jaya, who arrived in Islamabad from Dhaka this morning, was received by Indian High Commission TCA Raghavan at the airport. The Foreign Secretary met Chowdhury at the Foreign Office in Islamabad, the first FS-level meeting since India called them off last year after Pakistan's High Commissioner in New Delhi held consultations with Kashmiri separatists. Jaya said that he was happy to be visiting Pakistan and that he looks forward to having substantial and meaningful negotiations with Pakistani officials. Pakistan has already expressed hope that the talks would lead to resumption of Indo-Pak dialogue. On its part, India has maintained that it will discuss the ways to take forward the process of normalization between the two countries. Jaya, who started his SAARC Yatra on Sunday with Bhutan and visited Bangladesh yesterday, will also call on Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif later before flying out to Afghanistan tomorrow. Last month, using cricket diplomacy, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to Sharif and also told him about Jayashankar's SAARC Yatra. The South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation SAARC, an economic and geopolitical grouping of 8 countries located in South Asia, includes Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, the Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, Afghanistan and Sri Lanka as its members. Special prayers are to be conducted by the Adinam of Madurai at the Masi Maham Tirthavari in Kumbakonam as part of offerings done for Ms. Jaya Lalita's birthday and also seeking the blessings of the Almighty to make her once again to assume the office of Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. The Adinam of Madurai arrived at the Kanchanur temple near Kumbakonam. While addressing the media, the Adinam said that the people of Tamil Nadu were regularly offering prayers for the good health of Ms. Jaya Lalita and for her to once again become the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. He said the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Madurai Adinam was also offering its prayers for the same.
அம்மா அவர்கள் மீண்டும் தமிழகத்தினுடைய முதலமைச்சர் ஆக வேண்டும் என்கின்ற இந்த பிரார்த்தனையை தமிழக மக்கள் அனைவரும் இறைவன் முன்னால் வைத்து பிரார்த்தித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். மதுரை ஆதீனம் குருமகா சன்னிதானமும் இந்த பிரார்த்தனையை வழிபாட்டை தொடர்ந்து நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கு. மீண்டும் தமிழகத்துடைய முதலமைச்சராக ஆட்சி படத்தில் அமர்ந்து தமிழகத்தை மென்மேலும் மேம்படுத்தக்கூடிய ஆற்றலை இறைவனது பேரருளை நிச்சயமாக புரட்சித் தலைவி அம்மா அவர்கள் பெறுவார்கள் என்பது உறுதியான செய்தி.
Home Minister Rajnath Singh today took strong exception to a British filmmaker interviewing December 16 gang rape convict Mukesh Singh in Tihar jail and sought a detailed report from the jail chief on the whole issue. Taking the incident of the convict being interviewed in custody very seriously, the Home Minister spoke to Tihar Jail Director General Alok Kumar Verma and sought a detailed report on it urgently, official sources said. During the telephonic conversation, the DG briefed the Home Minister about the incident and the action taken so far, sources said. Media reports said British filmmaker Leslie Odwin and the BBC were given permission to interview bus driver Mukesh Singh, who was awarded death sentence for the brutal rape and murder of a 23-year-old girl on December 16, 2012. In the interview, Mukesh said the women who went out at night had only themselves to blame if they attracted the attention of gangs of male molesters. Mukesh also said that had the girl and her friend not tried to fight back, the gang would not have inflicted the savage beating which led to her death later. Virat Kohli and Mahendra Singh Dhoni slipped down the ladder to be 4th and 10th respectively, while Shikhar Dhawan retained his 7th spot in the latest ICC ODI batsman rankings released. In the ODI bowlers chart, however, Indian pacer Mohammad Shami and Ravichandran Ashwin made upward movements. While Shami gained as many as 14 places to be at the 11th now, Ashwin's 8 wickets in the ongoing Cricket World Cup so far helped him climb 6 spots to 16th. There have been plenty of reshuffles in the rankings at the end of the 23rd pool matches in the World Cup. Kohli has slipped a rung but is still the best placed Indian batsman at the 4th position, while skipper Dhoni has lost 2 places to be on the 10th. Rohit Sharma and Suresh Raina are the other Indian batsmen to be figuring in the top 20 list. Even though Rohit has lost 3 places to be at the 16th, Raina has climbed a 4 position to be at the 20th. Sri Lanka's Kumar Sangakkara, who is currently the leading run scorer on the cricket's biggest spectacle with 268 runs, has moved up 2 places to join South Africa's Hashim Amla in 2nd place. The batting table is headed by South African captain A.B. de Villiers, who leads by 49 rating points. While none of the Indian bowlers figure in the top 10, both Shami and Ashwin's progress has been significant. However, injured Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Ravindra Jadeja have both lost 4 places each to be at 17th and 18th. The bowlers list is still topped by Pakistan spinner Saeed Ajmal, even though he is not a part of the squad in the mega event. Meanwhile, India's Jadeja has managed to retain his 7th position in the ODI all-rounders table, which is now headed by Sri Lanka's Tilakaratne Dilshan, who has become number 1 following his 229 runs with the bat and 3 wickets with the ball in the World Cup so far. In team rankings, Australia continues to lead the field with 120 rating points, while world champion India is second 4 points behind. South Africa on 113 ratings points is third and Sri Lanka fourth, following New Zealand's fourth wins in as many matches and England's 3 defeats in 4 games. The two sides have swapped places. New Zealand is now fifth, just 1 point behind Sri Lanka, while England is now sixth, 8 rating points ahead of Pakistan.